All right, so first up we have the device. It's wrapped in plastic. You can see the camera module, and actually at this point, this is looking a lot like a regular smartphone. It kind of feels like a slab. It works like a slab, and I think it's going to satisfy all those users. I do want to check out the other items in the box, and as you'll notice, the box itself has a swivel component. The box is also a wing. Inside here we have, oh, look at that. It's a swivel slash drawer type of setup. We have the power brick, fast charger 25 watt. This is going to be capable of delivering 50% battery life in 25 minutes. The battery on this unit is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and it'll do up to 100% in 85 minutes. You have a type C to C cable, and then a little accessory box here, which houses a USB type C to mini jack connector for analog audio if you want to use two colors. The device that I have in front of me here is going to be called Aurora Gray, and it's kind of a reflective, it's like a metallic gray. I'm going to just peel off these extra stickers here. That's what the back looks like, and at this point, like I said earlier, you feel like you're looking at a typical smartphone. If you just pulled this out and started using it, no one would say anything. But then, very magical as you bang. Look at that with one hand. That is an addictive action. You may very well just use this as a fidget spinner. You may very well just sit there all day long, irritating everybody around you because of the addictive nature of that spring-loaded swivel activity and swivel action. Now, you may be seeing me do this and say, oh, Lou, take it easy on the brand new smartphone there. But apparently they tested this to how many swivels? 200,000 times, all right? So I'm not gonna hit that in the lifespan of the device. Now, you may be wondering at this point, the screen is not turned on. You're saying, okay, so what's the point here? Well, this is a full display. That's a full OLED display. This is another OLED display down below. And what this allows you to do is two things at once. That seems to be the challenge now, is how do we let you multitask on your smartphone? How do we let you do more than one thing at a time? This one, on the other hand, it can behave like a regular smartphone if you wanted to. You don't even need to know you have a dual display until you need it. Now I could be watching a YouTube video and selecting my next YouTube video down below. So really innovative approach. Here's what it looks like from the backside. This is what it looks like when you're in that swivel mode. And as you can see, there's actually, they thought about it. They put a little design on the backside for when you're holding it like that. Now they have about 1 billion ways in which they think you're gonna use it, including, as you look around here, you'll notice you have a USB Type-C connector. On this side, you have a speaker module over there. On the side of the device here, you have a power switch, volume rocker, a large SIM tray. Let me see why that is a large SIM tray. Yes, it is because it supports micro SD, so nano SIM plus micro SD expandable storage. When this thing swivels around like this, well, you see the earpiece remains exposed, but actually the camera unit is going to be up here, and it's a motorized style test of it. So let's boot it up. You can see it's actually a pretty aggressive edge on the side here. The display almost waterfalls over each of those two edges. You have a very slender forehead and chin, but no notch, no cutout. You're not even making room for the front-facing camera because, as mentioned, it's up here and it's a motorized style. So if I go ahead and launch the camera app and switch to the front-facing camera, it's gonna pop up like this. And we've seen these in the past, motorized cameras. Sometimes they just strictly serve the purpose of avoiding that I mentioned as far as having a nice grip for composing my video. But also, I have a dual recording functionality which will lift up that camera and it will allow me to record. This is a sample recording of 4K 60. We have the trusty plant that we will be inspecting here. We can also zoom in to the 2x within the video recording. Also, you're hearing my voice through the microphone on the device. ASMR recording is supposedly happening right now. What do? Do I, with these noises, and I whisper? Unbox therapy, ASMR session. Plastic crinkling. Is this what you came here for? Check out the mode that I'm in. We've got both our displays open. This is the fancy mode. This is what you would be excited. Down on the bottom here, you may want to launch YouTube at the top and have Chrome going at the bottom over here. You could have your messaging app. You could be reading whatever you want. And then up here at the top, you're just doing the YouTube thing, and maybe you want to search something up. You see what happens? The keyboard replaces it, replaces what you were looking at. You go ahead and search up Lou Later to catch up. There's been many new episodes. This unlocks your multimedia controls down on the bottom screen, so you don't have to reach up and touch the main display. From here, I can switch to the next video. I can pause the video, play the video. I can go back or forward in the video really quickly with these buttons. I can control my brightness, which is now maxed out, and I can control my volume right here, which is kind of nice. You never have to disrupt the actual video that's going on. And I guess I can zoom in as well, max it out, and then let's test the volume too.
17-inch LG Gram is the lightest 17-inch laptop in the world. This thing, you want to slap it under the arm, Will? You feel like you're carrying a 13-inch. This is a 3-pound laptop, 17-inch.
That's why they call it the Gram?
Yeah, that's why they call it the Gram.
All right.
Okay, so if I'm watching a video up here, I still have the opportunity to do whatever I want down below. Any application I might want, bring up a little calculator real quick because you got to get the 10 plus 10 in. It's a funny little full screen square phone down at the bottom, essentially. If I click this little indicator on the right-hand side, then I will bring up whatever is relevant to the top display on the bottom display, just by clicking like that. But there are other ways in which LG imagines you using this. For example, if I just spin this around like this, look at this, how it flips around. I mean, it's wild. Now you're reconsidering. So maybe you're in the car and you have the mount on this portion, at which point you may have your nav on the portrait section and getting your notifications or your multimedia controls over on the right-hand side. Maybe you're inside of YouTube Music and you have your multimedia controls and you want to pick between your favorite playlist or something. Again, no disruption to the main task over here, which is your navigation. Oh, check this out, by the way. So if you have it flipped the other way and you have your secondary smaller display up top, this whole thing can become a giant keyboard. And what I might want to do is, I got to read the Wikipedia for the game while I'm playing it. Now, of course, this is completely up to you what you put up top. You could be watching a game streamer showing you a walkthrough of a particular game, or maybe it's not even game related. Maybe it's like some of those other dual functionalities where you just have your messaging up here. You're just typing every so often, responding to a message every so often. And I hit the Game Tools button, which actually brings up game-specific things in the top screen that you might need quick access to, showing more of the game up top. So if you're a game developer, you might be able to take advantage of the top section as well. Oh. So the top becomes an in-game map. Ooh. Now, I don't expect all games to be optimized for this, but this should just get your imagination going as to how this could be useful or could aid in various game titles. As far as the specifications go, the LG Wing is featuring the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G processor. The main screen is a 6.8-inch 20.5 by 9 FHD Plus OLED. The little screen, what they call the second screen, is 3.9 inches. It's also an OLED display with an aspect ratio of 1.15 by 1, so not exactly a square. It's got 8 gigs of RAM and 128 of storage, though 256 gigs of storage will be available in certain markets. Those cameras on the back, it's one ultra high resolution 64 megapixel, followed by a 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide big pixel. It's f2.2 with a 120-degree field of view. The front camera, the selfie camera, that's a 32 megapixel pop-up with the motor on it, also f1.9. The battery's 4,000 milliamp hours. Of course, it's running Android 10. It's got the 25-watt fast charge, and it's available in those two colors, Aurora Gray or Illusion Sky, which is a lighter variant. It's kind of a bluish white. Look, listen, It's an unusual, it's an interesting thing. It's a development in smartphones. You gotta say it's noteworthy, at least. The best thing about this one is it lets it still be a regular smartphone if you need it or want it to be. Phone first with a little bonus when you want it. The main thing for me, let me tell you, is I just get inspired when I see these new takes. I'm a technology fan. I've been doing this for a while. I've seen a lot of safe moves. And safe moves they're okay. That's acceptable for the vast majority of to be a bit different. And for that group, these type of devices exist. And I have appreciation for the fact that there are some people out there, some brands that are taking risks. You can't say that that isn't what happened here because there's nothing else out there at the moment that's like this.